So my name's Kate Freeborough and I'm an associate artist at the gallery. I love this piece by Cornelia Parker because it's got a story behind it. I love imperfections and celebrating those imperfections. It's also an everyday item, even though it's Edwardian. There's probably loads of them made, and this one has been destroyed effectively, but those beautiful imperfections in it are what makes it so amazing, and I believe adds value to it. We often have a discussion about what has happened to the teapot and why is it in the gallery, because it just looks like a damaged teapot initially to the children. But through those conversations about what's happened to it, and we speculate, I don't tell them what's actually happened to it until the end. Some amazing stories come out, like really inventive ideas. So my journey to becoming an artist started as a teenager, really. I loved art and creating and making. It was quite a safe space for me to do that. And then from 16, I started at college solely studying art, did a design degree. And then I also studied to be a secondary art teacher and went down the route of arts facilitation. And I since have done a master's in contemporary fine art, and that's led me to my practice as it is now. My specialism is within the process of making. So with my practice, there's not actually a product. Once I finish making, I take the work apart again. I look at the space that I'm creating in, and I often look for imperfections and celebrate those imperfections. I really love working with school groups because I'm a huge believer in art being accessible to everybody. I didn't access galleries as a child. It wasn't until I was slightly older I went to art galleries, and it really changed who I was once I started engaging with art. And I really want to give other children that opportunity to know that this is a space for them. They are welcome. They can come here to create, to have a break, to be who they are. There's so much emphasis put on from society to put on perfection, and that can be really scary and unachievable, particularly for children. So I really want to emphasise imperfection and celebrate that, and how that makes us all individuals and who we are. If school groups meet me at the gallery, we will focus on the process of making, and they'll get to explore, play, experiment with maybe unusual materials for them. And they will be asked to respond to imperfections that they find. And at the end of the making, they'll be asked to take those pieces away. So it's the idea of making, the process, how you feel when you're making, and not putting that emphasis on the product, which can often lead to stress around making something perfect. If you know that the work is going to get taken away at the end, it doesn't matter if it's not exactly how you like it. The idea is just to have fun and experiment and explore using maybe a different way of working from how they've worked before.